Hello, guys. Welcome to Skate with Vinz, where I talk about a bunch of other stuff. What's been going on weekly, on the weekly. Literally, as after all my videos have been posted, all I have that is posted. I then tend to make this to recap, to update, to talk about what's been going on. So today we're going to be talking about pre-tree, as I call it. We're going to be talking about the Dew Tour, continuation of the Dew Tour from what I talked about last week, which is, I believe, the final stages before the Olympics and skateboarding Olympics, and that's going to be huge. I talk about skateboarding topics in this one. And also, oh my god, here's that. Oh, that was nice. But yeah, I'm also going to be talking about some animation stuff, especially a couple of remakes that is going to be happening. One that I'm not particularly excited for, but hey, let's talk about it. And yeah, a whole bunch of other stuff. Right now, it's summer break, and pretty much I'm tired. Usually I don't sound tired, which I believe last time, boy, did I sound tired. I was okay, really, dude. But I was like just exhausted because I finished finals, and since I'm all healed up and all ready to go, I'm still tired because right now I'm kind of like in the middle of like doing a whole bunch of stuff vacation wise. There's a lot of things planned, so pretty much me and my family are just like already planning those vacations out. So let me know if you're enjoying your vacation, whatever you're doing. Comment below. Yeah, so let's talk about what's really going on. Okay, let's talk about what's really going on. But we got Tooncast, Skatecast, just a couple of stuff, small stuff. I do want to actually preference that. If you haven't seen it, make sure you watch it. Me and my boy did a podcast together, and we talked about basically anything that he was interested in, but also one of the most funnest things that I have ever did, and it was my first time, was reading your comments. And reading your comments really means a lot. Even though these were comments that were just like, a little bit of like, wow, or, like 10 out of 10 or whatever it is, like the small kind of comments that I usually get. It still means a lot to me. So any nice comments, for a fact that I'm going to be looking back at these comments because there's so many comments that I will never forget, and it's a good thing that I mostly have positive comments. I do have some negatives. I actually had one like last week, but it was just one and that's it. But yeah, so far it has been very nice to actually have a good, nicer community. I feel like if you're trying to plan to make a community, create a community, you have to know what you're into and what you like. And you have to know if you can adapt and actually really understand this kind of community that you're part of and also really get into it, I guess, you know? And yeah, pretty much mine involves like webtoon and also skateboarding. So I tend to rely on myself to actually be part of those communities. But it's just that there's more out there. There's more that is, I guess, part of me that I'm still trying to discover. I mean, that's the same thing as like being young and all that. But yeah, that's just what I want to put out there. But yeah, pretty much uh, everything's doing good so far. I'm not sure about my boy, but yeah, definitely check that podcast. Go follow his SoundCloud if you can. And also, yeah, he's at Vegas, so he's enjoying his time. I'm staying here. So pretty much I'm just gonna, just travel around here and see what it is, go to different skate parks and I guess just have a shredder's vacation, just literally me skating. That's all I kind of like been doing, I guess. I literally just got back from a park where I went downhill and I recorded a bit where I really was trying to go full downhill ollie and a little power slide and downhill, literally that simple. But it was hard because it was just like happens like you got to be real quick with it. I guess that's skateboarding in a nutshell. But yeah, that's what I've been doing. And also I do want to talk a little bit about pre-tree. That's what I call it. Really, that's what I call it, as pretty much E3 is coming up. I mean, there's a lot of events coming up this summer, a lot. But yeah, E3 is coming up real hot. And I just really want to just talk about it. So there are some games that I will say that, not a lot of them actually catch my interest. But I did, however, saw the Horizon 2. What is it, Zero Dawn Horizon or whatever? And I didn't really play the first one, you know, uh, but I saw the trailer for the second one, and it looks amazing. Also, one thing I heard is that it's like what 3 years since anyone got a new Zero Dawn Horizon. So yeah, that was I guess that's cool. But for me, I'm not familiar with the game much. But when I saw the trailer, it looked cool. It looked I believe it took place in San Francisco or something. Like I remember seeing like the rusted. I mean, it was the Golden Gate Bridge, but it was like all rusty. There was a lot of parts missing, and it was like in some beach side or something. So if I can see this correctly, I believe they're in like the mainland in the middle of San Francisco, and behind it was like the Golden Gate Bridge, uh, which could be leading up to Toberon, which is actually I actually just got back. I got back from Sausalito to Toberon, which is north of San Francisco. That's when you exit San Francisco and then you go through the Golden Gate Bridge, and it leads you like literally to the North Bay. So yeah, that's that was kind of interesting seeing that. Or it could be other way around. It could be, you know, her be like the protagonist in Sausalito and then trying to go to San Francisco, or you know, some other way, or could be a freaking another bridge. I don't know. But yeah, I saw the trailer. The game looks amazing. The creatures and pretty much the water animation. My goodness. But yeah, that Horizon trailer looks nice. I'm just excited for other trailers that are coming up. It seems like so many other games are just coming. You know, it's like either like E3 or Summerfest just came in early and was like swooping. Speaking of like pre-3 kind of games, I mean, I didn't see these trailers, but I heard like Far Cry 6 was coming. There was a trailer for that, Dying Light 2. I did, however, see a little bit of Dying Light 1. I don't know when that was. That was like 5 years ago or something. So yeah, like just a whole bunch of trailers just coming, like, one after another. And then the highlight kind of trailer that I was really looking forward to, that I didn't know I was looking forward to, but it was just entertaining just to see other people's reactions because of this, was the Sonic the Hedgehog 30th anniversary, which I'm like, whoa, 30 years? Okay, congrats. So they're going on like the Pokemon route. Even though that Pokemon is like, what? Pokemon is 25 years, and I guess Sonic is older. So yeah, Sonic celebrating their 30th anniversary, and they actually had a little bit of announcement of showing their games and showing what they have in stores. And it was a bunch of little stuff here and there. A couple of funny updates for games that are part of like other franchises that is adapting anything Sonic related into it, like a hospital game, but you can play as Sonic. You have a restaurant game, but you can actually serve chili dogs. You have like a certain game where you can play a Sonic arcade in it. And yeah, just different random stuff involving Sonic, basically. And for those that don't know, Sonic is okay. I have to thank Sonic for the culture within video games, and also the culture within like anime. It introduced me to that world. I mean, Sonic X, if you can count that as an anime, was my first. And if not, if that wasn't like the first kind of anime, then I guess the second would be like Code Geass, because Code Geass was literally my first ever actual like legit anime. And then later on it went to like what, Sailor Moon, and then it went on to like Inuyasha, which I barely remember, Cowboy Bebop, and here and there, and pretty much my love for animation comes in then. But Code Geass, and I think like over in high school, and probably Sonic X, because of just the funny moments of it, are the ones that I will never forget, I guess. And there's a couple more that I just couldn't really like couldn't think about other, like when it comes to anime, these are the ones that I just couldn't like get out of my head, because these were the main ones that were, the whole reason why that I got into anime. And, pretty much I gotta really give like somewhat thanks to anime itself, because what's the reason why I do a lot of these Let's Reads? Because of it, because of my ways around the fandom, and also my knowledge when it comes down to fandoms, and also when it comes to just the anime culture. And I do consider my channel somewhat like a anime channel and also a reading channel. So yeah, that kind of makes sense, But Sonic itself, like there was some interesting stuff in the anniversary and the announcements. There was this one where like it involves merch, and I was like, okay, well, there is merch, I guess. but this one happens to be showing literally King Ice. It literally it okay, like it literally shows chains, like necklaces or different chains with just Sonic on it. And the reaction was just crazy. Oh my goodness. And I was like, that has to be the best part of it. But also the best part was actually getting Sonic Colors Ultimate. So yeah, even though that, I'm not really much of a fan of a Sonic as I used to be. I mean, when I was a kid, I guarantee you. But, plus, Sonic itself was one of the first video games. I mean, of course, it could have been my most favorite video game. It was, but then, Tony Hawk Pro Skater just swooped in. It was like, yeah, I'm taking over. So, yeah, that's when Tony Hawk Pro Skater became the #1 game ever in my book, or any skateboard game. That's why the only game I actually play when it comes to talking, to you guys is actually a skateboard game, Skate 3. And this happens to be one of my most favorite games, basically ever. I don't think there's any other game. But I'm kind of curious to check out Skater XL in the future, or if Skate 4 comes out, and that's when that will be my #1 game. Okay, whatever good skate game takes over, I mean, that's my #1. But it's just that Pro Skater is just like Tony Hawk Pro Skater is just up there. It's just one of my favorites. And also Sonic. I mean, I don't want to really bring this persona, because I guarantee you, if you look at the proof of what I do, for a fact that I'm not really like a Sonic fan. But I'm just like, it's just that Sonic has played a big part of my childhood. So, that was cool to see. Other than that, next up, I really want to talk about, and pretty much, just talk about like different stuff. But yeah, we're heading to Tooncast, and I just really want to talk about some different stuff involving, anything animation related. There's stuff that I sometimes put anything webtoon related, and especially, little recaps of what I read, since I count that in this list. Like, I just finished the Anti-Stalker season finale, so that was cool to watch and react. Hope you guys saw that video. And also, I just I'm really trying to think of like another continuation, because the thing is that the season finale felt kind of short. I don't know what's up with these season finales in webtoons. I guess that's how it's supposed to be when it comes to season finales in webtoons. They're supposed to be short, and they're supposed to make you hungry for more or something like that. I guess that's the strategy, but this one just fell short. Okay, the same thing I had with the issues I had with the Kiss Bet. It fell short. It felt like it just wasn't enough, honestly. So I'm expecting more. I don't know when I will get more, but I'm just expecting more. Next up, I did watch The Mitchells and the Machines. I did a review of that. I don't know if you guys saw that. If you go check out my channel and kind of like, recent videos, I actually talk a little bit of The Mitchells versus the Machines. It was actually originally called Connected, which could have been a great name, because you can see how definitely the word connected plays a big role in this movie. But yeah, it's a good movie. It's on Netflix. Definitely check it out. And yo, Ruby Chibi season 3 is coming. Look, I am just a fan of Ruby. Another of one of my favorite animes. I guess I can just add that as anime, even though some people would like say like, oh, that's not anime. Like it is anime, okay? But yeah, Ruby Chibi. I mean, Ruby. I just seen like, Ruby season 8, which I have no idea when I'm gonna do a review of that. I don't know, but I did see the trailer for a new Ruby Chibi, which I really want. I was kind of really hoping that they would take place in Atlas, but this one is taking place in Beacon, which I'm like, why? Like, can it be like still in like, I mean, I don't know. I was really hoping for Atlas, like Atlas Academy, but no, it's still stuck in Beacon. So it's just like taking the same place within all the other Ruby Chibis. But still, I'm excited, new characters. So that's going to be something interesting. One thing I heard is that I heard that it's declining viewership. It's declining popularity. That's what I heard. From so far, I really don't know. I don't know if it is, if that's the truth, if that's what people are saying. Maybe climb back up, But yeah, I heard it's declining viewership, which if so, that's sad. But yeah, another news for Tooncast as I call it. Um, yeah, Miraculous Ladybug. Pretty much. I hope you guys saw my reviews. I did talk a little bit here and there. Well, when I mean a little bit, I mean a big amounts, because the thing is that there's still a bunch of episodes that I really want to review. I can't get through all of them. I really can't. There was literally a new episode as I was finished with my and I was literally finished with my review with one of the miraculous episodes about Zoe, the Zoe arc. And this one happens to be the first one. The second of the Zoe arc, or basically Queen Banana, it's just like it already just came out after I was done. And I was like, "Are you serious? Like I have to do another one. I have to do more and mouse. Like I feel like I should get paid for this or something like that, And at least that's how I feel. But personally, I just wish that I can take my time to actually get through all of them because I just really can't. So yeah, I don't know. I really hope that I somewhat can get through all of them. It might not be um easy because the thing is that I spent so much time doing notes for this review, and it was like almost an hour. So yeah, doing these are not easy. I know for a fact that I don't need to be over detailed and over like, but I'm really trying to have my own style and reviews, and I really do actually really want to talk about Miraculous Ladybug. That's the same mistake that I had when I was, with Voltron, or with I was even supposed to do one for Invincible. I really want to figure out how am I gonna talk about Invincible, even though the thing is, the reason why I talk about Miraculous Ladybug is because that's within the demographic of my audience. Invincible is totally different. It's totally different from what my audience is used to. But still, I do want to talk about it because it's still somewhat popular. It's still getting reviews, So I don't know. Hopefully, I can get that done. But right now, I can only do so much. I mean, just even the tree videos that I made for Miraculous Ladybug is still not enough. But moving on. Oh yeah, there was a Rugrats remake. I feel like in the intro I was like, we're about to talk about a remake or something like that. I did not watch it, honestly. I don't know. I feel like Rugrats, like, personally, I just, it's not bad. I mean, even as a kid, I didn't like it. I would tell you straight up. But of course, adult me would be like, it's okay. It's just not my thing. Okay, I feel like that's definitely what adults is. It's not my thing. But it's just that I mean, one thing I do remember from Rugrats, there was this movie. I don't know what it was. It was from Rugrats. I believe they went to China or something, and this it was such a memorable movie, especially how young I was to actually remember it, which I'm very surprised that I even remember some of it. But it took place in China. They were out of vacation, and it just gave me this like I don't know. I feel like I was in vacation when I was watching this movie. Like it gave me that vibe because it was taking the kids and taking to vacation, to hotel, to the park, to the theme park. There was a theme park around there, I think. And there was like different plots that I totally forgot. I don't know what the movie's called. I don't know. I don't know anything about Rugrats, but I know for a fact that I did watch this movie. And I don't know if this has to be a remake about that. If so, then I might as well check that out. But so far, yeah, I'm oblivious. Moving on. Oh yeah, the Kami-san trailer. I did see that. It's not every day that I actually watch Japanese anime. Look, I tend to, drive myself into other creations that's not necessarily Korean or Japan. I mean, a lot of stuff that I watch is, especially what I read is definitely from Korea. With all the manhwas I read, but I mean, I really try to find some individualization, especially in terms of countries. We've seen the same of like American, Korean, Japanese kind of works, but we're never gonna see like something from like Algeria or something from Israel or something from like Russia. Especially with anti-stalker. I believe that what is that from Ukraine, Russia. So I read a lot of stuff like that, and that's what I love about Webtoon. They truly give at least other people that are not usually from the countries that is more accessible when it comes to animation a chance. So I tend to really try to find those. It's kind of like the whole thing like, oh, I don't support Burger King. I support small mom and pop's restaurants, which is, actually not a hard decision, let's be honest. I'm sorry, Burger King, but I'm kidding. Burger King's okay. But you know what I mean. Other than that, yeah, let's get into Skatecast because there's a bunch I want to talk about Skatecast. Also, I just want to say something. I'm having a prediction, right? In June 4th, there's going to be a batch load of fireworks. Even though it's supposed to be July 4th. Yeah, it's supposed to be July 4th where, the fireworks and all that comes in. I'm actually curious what is that going to look like because I know for a fact that in 2020, there was hardly none. But this one could be crazy because I live in a loud ass neighborhood where people are just like there's literally a drifting ghost riding the whip every single night. Like for crying out loud. I mean, usually here in the Bay Area, the racing culture is crazy. Everybody races. And we're having a very big problem here in the city about racing in terms of like people just wants to be safe when they're on the freaking freeway. They don't want to see you race with your Ferrari McLaren, okay? Speaking of McLaren and Ferraris, I actually did see a little bit of F1 Formula. Oh my goodness, it is so good. Definitely check it out on Netflix. It's called F1 Road to Survive. I love the series. I think the reason why is because I'm very obsessed when it comes to sponsorships. Like, look what my boy's wearing, okay? We got the Nike. That's it. That's all you need. That's all I want, okay? Oh, by the way, I'm actually wearing the certain clothing that I'm wearing that actually I wore when I was, that I just got back from. This is literally what I wore when I was skating. Shorts, jacket, and sneaks because, it's somewhat chilly here in the Bay Area, but it's also a little hot, but it's getting warm. I don't know if that makes sense. Really don't know if that makes sense, but it's okay. I'm Vince. I usually never make sense, but you know what I mean. I definitely recommend actually watching Road to Survive. It's a Formula One documentary. Formula One being like the racing industry slash competitions they hold. It's like NASCAR but international. It's really cool. I'm never into racing, but when I see this, I was like, whoa, I was hooked. Yeah, sorry, I don't know what happened there. My phone stopped recording. But yeah, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, skate with Vinz. So pretty much I really want to talk about a couple of skate stuff, it's gonna be kind of short, but I do want to talk about the Dude Tour because I did see the Street Men's finals and they were killing it. Okay, Naja, of course, like he always kills it, but there was this one trick he did where he was like, I think he was doing like a kickflip to crook, and his board went primo, like mid-air, and it looked crazy. And of course, he lands it. Like he went mid-air, then goes to a grind, and then lands it. I'm like, what? What are these ledges made out of? Apparently Mountain Dew. But yeah, I also saw a little bit of Yutu Horigama. Like he kind of was falling off. Usually he was the one that was going head to head with Naisha. But I mean, at this point, Naisha just seems kind of like a bit more invincible. And Jamie Foy, man, he was having a moment. He was just having a moment in there in the sun. Literally, I guess Team Red Bull was actually just killing it in the Dew Tour of Des Moines, which Dew Tour Des Moines, which is what it's called. I bet there's like other ways to really name it as, of course, but it's kind of like the main competition that was part of finals. And I did talk a little bit about it last time. Not really much, honestly, but one thing I did find out is that in Des Moines, they have the biggest skate park. So their skate park is like, I don't know, like the size of like half a football stadium or something. But it's big. It's one of the biggest. One of the biggest in the world, from what I heard, is I believe China. China has like the biggest skate park. I don't know what happened to it. I don't know if they still have it. I really hope they haven't taken it down or anything because like for any skate park to be taken down is just not cool. What the heck? But yeah, like the biggest skate park happens to be in Des Moines, not in California. Even though California has the most skate parks, but we always did. But yeah, Des Moines was a cool do tour. I did see the park finals, and it was with Zion Wright. I saw Oski there. I thought Oski was gonna take it. It was either him and I'm not sure if Jake Wooten was there, but I feel like Jake Wooten would definitely like pretty much beat Zion Wright, especially how his style is so like more like his time is so perfect. But Zion is well dominated when it comes to the park finals. It just looks amazing, especially how he was just like, the energy he brings. So yeah, that was amazing. The amazing finals. Speaking of finals, the female street course was nice to see. And I mean, there was literally like what a 13-year-old Brazilian girl that was just like dominating all the other females, and this girl was like, she was not even a teenager. I mean, I technically 13 is teenage but years, but still a kid, and already like going like head to head. Like, what is else? Like, I don't know what's up with these kids just killing the skate park so easily than anyone else. But then again, it's totally different. But in this age and time, like, come on, like even like beating Letitia is another story. I mean, I don't know if that's true, but if so, then my goodness, I wouldn't be surprised because they're just like growing to be like just the best up there. Like, don't get me started with the park female finals because they were just killing it in transition. My goodness. But yeah, that was the Dude Tour. There was some other stuff. I believe there was the Paralympics finals. This guy on a wheelchair was also dominating the skate park. In my head, I'm trying to like, does that count as skateboarding? Because this is usually mostly skateboarding, but you know what? It's okay. And Felipe Nunez, the guy with no legs, was also in part of the Paralympics and was dominating. So yeah, definitely check those out. Those were some good finals and some good. They did a good show. I kind of wish I seen all of it, but come on, like 11 hours for each of these finals. Like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. I mean, if only I had the time for that, huh? But yeah, other than that, let's talk about some escape bits. I really do want to talk about a little bit of Santa Cruz. Yeah, speaking of Jake Wooten, Jake Wooten actually did something with Red Bull, and of course in collaboration with Santa Cruz Skateboards, where he went to a skate park in New Orleans, but it's in an airport. I did talk a little bit about it last time, but my goodness, this one actually, like, he was like the way he was flowing through the airport. Like, I feel like when it comes to an airport, nothing feels good than skateboarding in an airport. Like, it just hits different. Like, it just has that feeling in a way. So yeah, that was cool to see. Also, he was surfing with the Santa Cruz surf team, which I didn't know they had a surf team. But also, Mario McCoy. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'm, butchering his name, but Mario McCoy was actually doing a little bit like interview and also profile for Santa Cruz Skateboards, and he was showing around Glendale, California, and that's where he lives. Which I'm like, how do you pay the rent? Isn't Glendale, California, one of the most expensive housing in America? Like, at least that's what I heard, right? Because Glendale is freaking expensive, okay? In terms of California. I mean, look, living anywhere in California, I mean, is expensive. But in Glendale, is just like calm down. Like, you're talking about 2 millions for housing. I don't know. But yeah, Mario McCoy was just there pretty much chilling with the team, or at least, them seeing him film, and also talking about his like leg injury. He also did a little acupuncture, which is putting needles around your body just to give you much healing, and it's supposed to help you to heal better or something like that. And what I remember seeing that, like, needles on you and also trying to relax, is, to me, I'm like, how? Like, that would not make me comfortable. I could not imagine ever actually, having one of those needles in me by mistake. It's something that I'm not looking forward to, that's for sure. But yeah, Mario McCoy, he just like went in there and he was like, yep, I'm doing this. This is gonna help me recover. I'm like, are you, dude? Really? But yeah, I mean, it's Mario McCoy. I mean, what can I say? He was also at the Do Tour. I didn't really see what he did, but I mean, that's all I can say. But yeah, I mean, he's just slowly becoming like either like the new Nija, like even though he kind of sort of shares a bit of like, especially in shorts wise. Like I don't know what's up with Nija and Mario McCoy. I guess they just love shorts so much. For me personally, I would not look good in shorts, even though I did wear shorts when I was skating because as you see my skater, that's what I wear. I mean, I usually wear my skater wears whatever I wore like during any day that I skate. But yeah, that's just something I noticed. Next up is like Trasher. I'm gonna talk about Trasher real quick. Trasher Mag actually put out an amazing full length skate vid with Warble and also a collaboration with Cobra Man, which is the band. And yeah, it was just like this kind of like perfect music masterpiece, especially with Warble's skating. I guess that's the team, but they had like a Man Ramp, if anyone knows who Man Ramp is. And the reason why I like this is because Man Ramp episode 1, I watched that so much because of the music. And it was from Cobra Man. And it had this like retro punkish vibe to it. And it was so cool. Pretty badass part, I gotta say. And just mix it with the skating just makes it 10 times better. And I just really like it, So, I mean, especially this one part where this dude literally drops off at a church and then lands off from a roof of the church, literally like the size of my house, like landing like full on flat. It was just crazy. Like, how do you do that? That got me. I was freaking out when I saw that. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. You can't. You can't be serious. I saw it in the thumbnail, like, okay, is he like standing on a church? And boy, yes, he was, okay? And it was like insane. Like the church kind of looked like a mini ramp on a roof, but then he freaking like dropped off from it and then landed from off the roof. That's insane. I mean, we know for a fact that Jaws does that a lot, but we're talking about this random dude that just happens to like, yeah, I can do it. Insane. But yeah, there's some crazy parts in that Warble tree. It's called. I believe there was Warble 2 or 1, but I haven't seen those, so yeah. Next up, I think ES has posted something, which was them posting a box. I don't know why I put that there. Oh yeah, Pocket Magazine's, wait, hold on, let me say this correctly. Pocket Skateboard Magazine actually put out something where they do this series called Follow each skater. Sometimes it doesn't need to be skater. Last time we had like a cook that they were following, that was supporting skaters. But this one was with John Dillo, which was part of the Elmo Skateboards. So that was cool to see. Following around in, like all around Florida, basically. I think around Miami. And for some reason, Miami just seems so fun to skate. I remember Dad seeing it from Joel Minho's. But with John Dillo, it's just like all day he was skating. After a night, he was literally like spending all night at the mini ramp. And then he skates some more. Like, it was just a full-on day of skating, especially with him and Prawman. Two of those guys are best buds. Patrick Prawman, he's an amazing skater. And with John Dillo, like, such a good mix. Such a good mix. Next up is, oh yeah, more from Trasher. They did a little thing in Thailand where there was this skate spot, famous skate spot called the Rama 8 Bridge. And it was with Jasper Doors, I think that's how you say it. That was cool to see. I never expected that kind of culture to skate. Like, I love how they really put different cultures of skateboarding around the world, and especially mixing in with other skate stuff that they have. Was also from Centauri Movement, a guy named Goons Ogsdogan, I think that's how you say it. And also, they had like, oh yeah, Ryan DeCenzo's part. That was sick. So yeah, those are the 3 parts that I seen. Some of them a little bit. I did see the one involving Thailand was pretty much, I kind of saw it full because it was just that, interesting because it shows like a very crowded area, but also one of the only like fewer places to skate in terms of plaza in Thailand because there's not much to skate there, which makes sense, from what I heard. And also last but not least, Progress Daily, which they actually skate a skate pump, which is something that I really want to skate. I'm not sure if it's called a skate pump. It's called a pump. It's some pump, okay? It's usually with those wavy things, and then you just sort of flow with it, whether with a bike, a scooter, but also with a skateboard. and I saw this one with these guys, and also they did one surrounding slip-ons. I just put this in the list because I've been wearing a lot of slip-ons in terms of skateboarding, but also in terms of fashion because I just really am getting into slip-ons. I really do actually, hopefully, one day would buy a better one that is cheap and actually would be the same price as Vans. I mean, no, not same price, but same like quality as Vans, but that's impossible, of course. I mean, I am really thinking of getting myself some Vans for just walking, I guess. But when it comes to skateboarding itself, I would just wear like usually like a slip-ons that I kind of spent like what $10 on, and then that's when I use it or something. Other than Vans, which I believe would be $60. I don't know, could be like 50. I think I don't know how much Vans are. I never actually bought one. It would be my first time as a, I'm pretty much first time buying one. I actually bought like what, New Balance and Nikes, Adidas, but I never actually bought a Vans. I remember my parents buying me Vans, but I never bought one. I don't know. Let's see in the future. But speaking of the future, I'll see you in the future. Hope you guys enjoy. Not sure what's happening with my skating. I'm not sure if I'm falling off, but I'll see you guys next time.